Okay, thank you. Sorry, suddenly my voice is losing. This also the good side, and it reminds us the life is impermanent. The life is impermanent. When we still alive, try to do the good thing. We may disappear anytime. So let us to do the good thing. You see, I told you many times, when we die, we cannot carry money. Only good action, good deed, merit. The last week we was in India. The last week I talked Buddha Gaya, where the Buddha got enlightenment. Today I'm very happy to be in the Lumini where Buddha was born. It's a wonderful holy place, but only my voice is losing. Today we talk about the topic leaders. It's very important. If the leader is wrong, so many problems, not only for him, for his family, for many million people. Therefore, I choose to talk. If there's a wrong medical doctor, they kill one man, one person. If the wrong politician, they kill whole nation, one nation. If it's a wrong countryman, they will kill many generations. So therefore, we should be very careful. The thing, what we do not know well, we should not do. Like, we do not know well story, and the politics, so we should not do politics. This is very dangerous. We do not know well about the business. We should not do the business. We should work like the work our daily way. It will be safe for us and the people. And the person do not know how to cook good food, so you don't go to the kitchen, open the restaurant. If we open the restaurant, sooner or later, bankruptcy. Today, we discuss an important role the leader. So sorry, my voice is not good. So allow me to talk a little. I would like to invite John, Professor John Fraser, join us to talk about the topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Master.
Please on.
Thank you. Can everybody hear me? Good morning.
Yes.
Xin chào. It's a good topic. It's a very good topic. Your point, Master, in the West at the moment, everybody does a 1-week course in anything, cooking, teaching, meditation, politics, and they think they're an expert. So they become leaders very, very quickly with very little knowledge, and it can be dangerous because we're all in positions of influence. When we can influence somebody, we're in a leadership role, and we must be very careful, because if we have an influence upon somebody else, let's make sure it's positive and we do no harm. I did a leadership course many years ago in Australia, and it was all about being, they told you have to be confident, you have to be arrogant, you have to be the alpha male in the room, you have to tell everybody, even if you don't know what you're talking about, don't tell them. And I was sitting there watching and listening to this, and it was such bad advice. They were teaching people to lie, to be leaders and lie to the people if they don't know something. It's become a worse pandemic than COVID. They're teaching people that it's okay to bluff your way to the top. And sadly, that's what I've seen happen in my country, in Australia, is there's people who don't have the qualifications, and not necessarily the qualifications, but the experience and the expertise. Exactly like Master was saying, was if you cannot cook, don't become a chef. If you cannot, if you don't know business, if you've had a business, don't run a business. If you're not a politician, don't become a politician. People forget that it takes time to learn. It takes time. When I was younger, there was a six-year apprenticeship. A 6-year apprenticeship. Now they are trying to change the whole situation to make it into 2 years, so you can become a master tradesman within 2 years. Yeah, we think we are cleverer than the last generation before us. And the other dangerous thing that I've seen is that the promoting in the West is the means to the end justifies means to the end. The result justifies whatever action. So they're not looking at the consequences. They're not looking at the karma. I know Masters often brought up Genghis Khan. He and Alexander the Great, they conquered a lot of worlds. Genghis Khan did a lot of positive, but what's happened there? He introduced the trade route. He introduced paper money. He did a lot of good things, but he killed. So what has happened to his empire? It's gone. You know, as soon as you kill somebody, as soon as you do harm, and if you promote harm, and then what will happen to the world? What will happen to your world? And the karma that's going to be involved. Now, we have to be very careful. This category of a leader falls into all of us. As soon as we teach somebody something, let's make sure we teach them right. Let's make sure we teach them correctly, because we have that karma. If we teach somebody something that's wrong or a bad way, then that's our responsibility. And if that person goes and does something because of how you've taught them, then that's your karma. You know, yes, their karma to do the action. If you know the right from wrong, the politicians telling people what to do, the politicians I looking at what's going on around the world at the moment, and I look in wonder and wonder what it's going to be like, and how it will unfold, But a leader, the good qualities of a leader has their people in their heart. They have their people who they're teaching, who they're leading. They want the best for everybody, and they do. They, in my opinion, they're honest. They are honest, and they want the best for their people. And if they make a mistake and they stand up and say, I make a mistake, hopefully the people will forgive them. I read a very short article about Gaddafi, General Gaddafi from Libya. And in the West, he was vilified. He was told that we were told that he was an evil, evil man. And I don't know enough of the story, but I do know that that he would not let the Western money society come in. He made in his country, when he got into power, the literacy rate in his country was below 40%, and when he finished, it was in the 80%. He promised that every family would have a home to live in, and that his father would not have a home until everybody in his country had a home to live in. He helped young married couples with money. If you wanted to be a farmer, they would offer 0 interest rates for the equipment, and the government would help. He did the amount of things. There were 16 points. But if you do bad as well, you can do good, and it must help, but you can't control other people and other nations. The difference between a leader nowadays and in the past has changed, I believe. It's changed for the worse. I've been trying to think of world leaders that have had peaceful connotations about them and their actions. And, you know, what I know of is we've got only 2 come to mind. Very, very famous is Gandhi, who was a peaceful protester. And also there was in South Africa, he spent 26 years in jail. His name has forgotten me. He did not promote violence whatsoever. He promoted peace. I've forgotten his name.
Nelson Mandela.
Yes, Nelson. Thank you, Thầy. Yes, yeah. Nelson Mandela. He promoted peace, you know, and changed in countries that had so much trouble at the time. And we are fortunate to be in a time where we can have peace, but there doesn't seem to be any world leaders standing up now promoting peace, even within their country. What I look at, what some of the politicians have done in Australia, and looking at Canada, what they did in Canada, you know, to their own people, that's not peace, that's control, you know. And I just pray that I hope that in Europe and Ukraine that they can see the light, and you know, that so what makes a world leader, what makes a good leader, I think, is that they have their heart for their people, and that they don't do any harm, and that like Master said, they gain the knowledge instead of, I don't know anything about politics, so I'm not getting into being a politician, but the people, they do a very short course, or they think they know. They think they become experts in a very short period of time, and that can be very dangerous for the country, very dangerous for the country.
Có cái phiên họp nữa.
So,
Có cái phiên họp.
I would like to know how, yes, and taking responsibility for their actions, that they tell people what to do. And if they're confident in that, then that would certainly help. Thank you, Master. Thank you, thank you, Mufti, for helping.
Thank you.
I look forward to listening to other people's point of view on what makes a good leader.
Thank you, John. This is a very good contribution. You see, the leader we call is very, very important. Like there's a one man, he's a very successful in a business, but not sure he become good politician. And good businessman is not sure to become a good cook. And good politician is just not sure to be a chief cook. So we should be very, very careful. Very careful. Like the country, they need the leader, intelligent, talented, understand well their job. This is very important. If it's a wrong leader, and everything finished. So now I would like to invite Mufti to join the topic. Thank you.
Amida Phật Guru. Good morning, Namo Amida Phật, Namaste and Xin Chào. Thank you everybody for participating in this forum in this morning. Especially thank you and my very gratefulness towards Guru for all his blessing. Today's topic is the important role of the leaders, which is always, it's a hot topic, which is a very relevant topic to contemporary world, while we are suffering through a lot of crises, global warming, climate change, war, economic problem, a lot of things. Those all stuff can solve by good leader, can give good direction by good leader to our society or to our world. There are many theoretical and doctrinal definitions of leader, who is a leader, who is not. As a layman, as an ordinary person, a simple definition we understand as a leader, a leadership is an art of motivating a group of people, a society or nation to act towards achieving an accumulated goal. We can see in many leaders all over the world in different sectors. Like in spirituality, we see many leaders. In sports, there are several leaders. A lot of young guys are driving IT sectors as leaders, which is changing daily life. It's making very convenient. In business also, we can see a lot of young are rising. In politics also, we see few leaders. Compared to several other sectors, economy, environment, IT, business, many sectors. But personally, maybe I'm wrong, but personally, most important sector is politics and diplomacy, because that affect to all other sector. Who are the leaders? They make rules, and they give guideline and guide directions to other sectors. So if we get some bad leader in one sectors, we may lose only that sector. But if we got a bad leader in politics, that harm to all other sectors. So personally, I feel the politician or politics, if we have a good leader that give good direction. When we talk about the leadership, people think, especially I saw in Nepal, our leaders are not nice, they are corrupt, we never get nice leader. Always people have a big hope with some particular person come in power, and after a certain time they fade out. They bring some results that's like frustrations to people, and people say in Nepali we have one word. Every leader came, it's same like a sadhu. That means it's naked, and the last they became naked. All leader came, but at the last it's the same. At the beginning have big hope, but at the last they became sadhu. That means all are naked. So, but personally, I feel leaders are also the production of our society. If we are nice, our society is educated, all are in one levels, we get the same level of leaders, because in our society, leaders will not come from moon, or not, it will not sent by God. It is a production of our society. What behavior we have, that's accumulated behavior, that's reflected by our leader also. He is also same ordinary person like us, a little different, but generally the same person. So there is a one words in the competitive society, people get their leaders as they deserve. So if we change our living standards, our educations, our thinking capacity, then that will bring out a better leader in future. So we should start from our own. That's my mean. It is easy to see the fault of other people, but very difficult to see own fault. Buddha also said that, because many leaders they don't see their fault. In certain point, certain time, they are very famous, the popularity level very high, but suddenly within a few months or a year, that's fall down their popularity and they fade out, because when they are in power, they didn't see back to them, they didn't update it, and they didn't groom themselves, so they lose very quickly, and that's also bring a lot of bad results to society also. Buddha became Buddha because he had to recognize his weakness and mistakes gradually. He had been correcting his mistakes himself, then he got enlightenment. So we should follow that way. When we do talk about leaders, good leaders and leadership, there is something very important. We should not forget the addiction of power, because when some certain people are in power, that has some addiction, because they can control everything. That give one taste, that's very tasty. So we see in some country, even some country these days, they are fighting. I saw one leader is like from I understand when I was young until now, he is in chair, he is in power. Several countries we can see like that's one who came in power, they don't want to go back and stay in backseat. Always they want to be in power. That also the big problem in society, especially we have that problem in Nepal too. Because power has some people are addicted of power. In many countries, we can see politician leader from how long they are in power, why they are not ready to hand over power to next generation. Some special capacity we bring with our birth, which like God gifted, something we to learn and achieve by nature gradually, like naturally. So we should recognize our potentiality in which sector we are good. We can give the best and best outcome that we should recognize, and we should do that one. As Guru said, if we don't know about business or economy, should not do business or certain job. That means by birth we all are equal. We came in this earth with God sent us in the same quality, same level of understandings. But later, by nature, by nurtures, learning, and education, we improve our knowledge skills. So anyone can be politician, anyone can be businessman, we can go in any sector. Just we should learn and polish ourselves, how we can do better and best. Especially if I do my own business, I don't have much idea of business. I may lose, but personally I will lose. But especially in politics, if they don't know good politics, they are not good politician, then the country will lose. That's big loss actually. Now we can see in some countries who are not professional, who are from this backgrounds. Anyway, somehow in certain time they have a high popularity, but slowly that fall down. So they should know what they are doing, in which sector they are working for. As our guru, Thay, he told me he has a personal wishes to become a pilot, professional pilot. But later on, he became a spiritual leader in the spiritual sector, gave up his pilot dream because of our grandmaster's guideline. How great level of achievement he has achieved, we can see now. I cannot assure if he was in the sector in piloting, he could do this much. Yeah. As a student, as his follower, we can see that. So we can't assure he could achieve similar level of achievement in any other sector. So now whatever he doing, that's why we are here. That's, we can say, self-actualization, in which sector I can give the best, achieve the best, that we should choose. Also, we should enjoy what we are doing. Actually, this is a very big topic and a lot of things we can talk, and we also have a time limitation. There are some other speakers too. So just I would like to say, whatever in which sector we want to go, we should learn very well and try to give the best, especially for politicians. If individual business person, corporate house, if they lose, only they lose. We can see how they lose, like a Nokia, because of not good leadership. Someday there was a top mobile producer. How they lose? We can see the video, their CEO weeping. And another example I very touched by that one is Eastman Kodak. Before that was a filming for photography. Like Sir Edmund Hillary climbed to Mount Everest, took a photography by Eastman Kodak. Neil Armstrong took a photography in moon by Eastman Kodak. Later on, they are not updated, and that company collapsed now because now technology is different. So should be updated and modify and change. But especially like a corporate house or individual business, they lose only themselves. But if politicians are not good, then country lose. That's big loss for generation and generation. So we should pray for that. Let's pray the peaceful society and world. Let's pray for all leaders. They do their best to bring peace. Thank you for listening me this morning, and thank you, Guru, for all of your blessing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Minh Phước Trí. Leaders, I think it's very, very, very important. When you want to be the leader in any field, should think very seriously. And we have to learn. If you want to be a cook, we must learn how good cook. Not only speak. I find someone, they're a good speaker about food, but when they cook, it's a tasteless. And there's a banker, he should be a good person to keep money. And the banker become cook is not sure. Yeah. And there's a very powerful country. But there's one businessman suddenly become the president, and then also many problems. Because the country is not a small business. It's not exchanging only money. Many few. So I repeat again. If there's a wrong doctor, they kill one person. If the wrong politician, they kill whole nation. They destroy whole nation. If the wrong countryman, they kill many generations. So this small example, we should be very careful. When I look, I see what happened between Ukraine and Russia war now. I think much about my country where I was born, that's Vietnam. Such things should be never happen for Vietnam, because it will be terrible. Why? Because Ukraine is similar to Vietnam. We are a very small country from very big country, China. So we should try how to convince them in peace. No conflict, understanding, reconciliation, and try to guide them to follow the Buddha way and to make them believe the law of the karma. And then, okay. If they put 10 conditions, then we also try to reduce 5. We should not be proud. You see, like the Russia, they give memorandum 8 points, but the the Ukraine leader refused completely. That is the problem. We should not look outside. We must look outside. How can we negotiate it? How can we work? And this thing, not only the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, but I think a similar thing happened in many parts of the world. But if we follow the Buddha way, certainly we have peace. Now I would like to invite Thầy Huyen to join discussing. Thank you. Thầy Huyen.
Yeah. Hello, Master. Hello, anybody. Today, I wait in the Zoom. Maybe I did wrong, and then I wait for a long time. You know, I wrong maybe another day, maybe the last week. Did either topic that anyone either interested in, because we see that world will not benefit either side between Russian and Huyen. I think the roles of the leader is very, very important. They will decide the fate of the country. If they make the wrong decision, they will surely lead their country to a very dangerous place. I think if that the country become the poor, that their people are very, very miserable. After wars between Ukraine and Russia, we have to learn very, very, very valuable lesson. Leaders should be wise in deciding any issue. I think very, very important. If we decide, make a decision, anything, we think careful. If we make the decision wrong, very big problem. Anytime when I turn on TV and I read the news about the war between the Ukraine and the Russian, many people die, especially the children and the elders people. I feel very, very, very sad. How anything the loss. But why did they start the war? I can't understand. Because I think that because they want to combat the right line, they want to expand the territory to the next and find resources such as oil and the gas and the gold, anything. It is human greed that never stop. They kill many people. I think that if they don't stop the war happen. Many people die. You know, now I think that we should the right. So according to Master, what should we do to help them at this time. You know, I very sad about the work. I don't want they continue to do that. I would like to ask the master, what should we do to help them at this time? Either pray or tell them to secret of love. But I think it's very difficult right now. I look forward to the teacher instruction. I would like to hear my master the answer. Yeah, please.
Yeah. You like how we promote and develop the love, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, this I talk many times. Maybe you forget.
Yeah.
If we want to have the compassion, firstly we have to develop how the compassion, and then we can share the compassion, the love to the other. Like I told you many times, when we are poor, we cannot give. Is it okay? And many people want to give, but they are very poor. How can they give? When they don't have the love, how can share the love to other person? That is the problem in our society now. Many people are very poor, but whenever they go outside, they want to show they are very rich. They wear very beautiful clothes, alien jewelry, also duplicate jewelry, not real gold. And beginning, they may cheat people, but sometimes people recognize. Is it clear with you?
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah, I can understand the master talk, but I would like to ask the master, how can they know about the secret of the love? Because I think that now they very angry because they fighting together. How can they hear us? Yeah.
We have to promote and apply the Lotus Sutra Kinh Pháp Hoa.
Yeah.
And that is also, I think, they must ready to learn.
Yeah.
Otherwise difficult.
Yeah.
They have to learn. You see, like now the people running for money.
Yeah.
We also understand money is important, but money is not all. That must be clear. Money we can make the house, but not the home.
Oh.
Isn't it? Money we can buy the car, but not the end of the happiness. The money we can buy clothes, but not the beauty. The money we can buy the book, so many thousand books, but it's not the wisdom, knowledge. Money we can buy the title, but not the honors.
Yeah.
So now you see now, I think there's a wrong education that's running now. I told you many times, my life is a very suffering. When I was born in the country torn by war, but I'm very lucky to meet one Vietnamese master, Thầy. He taught me many things. But one of the things I feel very, very important and help me so much wonderful apply, gratefulness. My master, Thầy Huyen Diệu, he said, whenever you drink a cup of water or the bowl of rice, should never forget.
Yeah.
I mean, we should always gratefulness.
Yeah, yeah.
With very simple philosophy. I left Vietnam more than 50 years.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. Wherever I go, I gratefulness to everything. I do something, then I never have suffering. Very simple. Why? There are many people, so many diplomats, so many certificates. They are suffering because they are ungratefulness, particularly with the parent. I observe very carefully. The children, those who respect their parent, gratitude their parent, they are very lucky. They have a good life. Yeah. Now you see many famous universities, I don't want to say on the name.
Yeah.
They give wrong education.
Yeah.
But people follow it blindly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And therefore, those education institutions, they are creating the problem for society. So let us pray and work together, promote the wisdom of the Buddha. I think I'm not propagate the Buddha teaching only, but I find the Buddha Sakya, he's an honest person. I follow, then I test. Very miracle, wonderful.
Yeah.
When you meet any person, sincerity, honest. Now, first thing I'm telling you, sincerity, honesty.
Yeah.
If we have these two things, we can successful and we can be happy. A lot of you. Okay, any question else? Thầy Quay Sơn, anybody?
Yeah, master. I think that I look I see the many people die. I think before that I read the teaching Buddha. I think that is the dead karma, right? Because in the last life they did the back the karma. Because I think that now I think that we should write for them. Yeah, I hope one day, because they stop the war. Some people that they don't,
Not so easy.
Yeah.
If they are really, you see now, yeah, you were with me. Sometimes you witness.
Yeah.
Many people do very bad thing for me, but I do not accept it. I open my eye, open my heart.
Okay.
They help me, they criticize, but I keep silent. Then okay.
Yeah.
Like now you, I think you also like how the Ukraine war, Russia war stop, isn't it? It's just not easy, but it's also not so difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are the weaker person. We try to please the power person. It's not the weakness, but sometimes it's a strong way. We have to negotiate it. Negotiate it. Understanding. Reconciliation. Then you see, Ukraine, they should learn from violentist leaders. In ancient time, Second World War, the Russia, Stalin, he's a communist. he attacked the Finland. But at last, the Finland have to pay compensation. Very funny thing. But due to that one, Finland, they get peace. And the Russian leader imposed the Finland leader to imprison the former president, prime minister. And they know this is the wrong way, but they accept. And those prisoners become the hero. After they finish the term on the jail, they come back, they become president, prime minister again. So when this thing happened, I think very much about Vietnam. Vietnam is similar to Ukraine because we are a small country. We are near a big country in China. So we should know the art of talking, the art of standing, the loving kindness, understanding, reconciliation. So the war will be never happen to Vietnam. We should promote the peace. This is very important. We should not listen the outsider, foreigner, because now many power, they also know Vietnam is a good fighter. Talking about fighting, Vietnam is a very expert fighting. But if we fight, our people suffering. You get the point? So we are Vietnamese, we pray. Vietnamese should, the leader should look Ukraine and Russian situation now. And we have to prepare good thing. We should not let the war come to our country by any time. Now I'm telling you, suppose now Vietnam, they want to make strong army. They bring American again to set good base, sending certificate in Vietnam. That is certainly the bomb explosion. Because China, they will never let Vietnam in peace. So now I find Vietnamese policy neutral. We are the friend of all the country. And then Vietnam, we are the peace play. So there's no reason China come to attack Vietnam. I think now the Vietnamese, they say policy, if they follow strictly and probing peace, and they should develop the Metta Sutta, Prajna, Karuna, and they send to China. I think it's okay. It's very important.
Yeah.
Is it clear? My voice is not clear, sorry.
Okay, understand. Thank you very much, Master. Yeah.
Anybody want to join? If not, then
yes, Master,
yes?
I would like to say something.
Yes.
I respect and agree your advice about negotiation between the two sides before the wars happen, and we can apply that advice, wisdom to the Vietnam situation with China. The Buddha have the middle way. I once heard you told me the story that one night the Buddha listened to a music player and the string is too tight. The sound just broke the string. But if it's too low and it couldn't make the good sound. Why wait until the war happens and then go into negotiation table? A little bit too late. It should have been done before the war broke out. Now that loss of lives, now that blood is cheaper than oil, it's very, very crucially painful for the world to watch. And rally is a bit too late of the situation. And I'm thankful for your advice. And I think that middle ways is a good way. That is my opinion. You know, sooner or later, I think that this world will end, will come to the end. But with the peace talk, with the negotiation, maybe 8 points will be met with just 4 points, 5 points, even more. But unfortunately, that it didn't happen in the beginning. Thank you very much, Master.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for joining. I'm telling you, most important, we should be honest, sincerity. If we don't know not the way how to make peace, we have to learn. We have to learn. You see, like from the beginning, I knew this situation happen. Because when the Russia, they oppose, they propose the 8 points. And then the president of Ukraine, they're very proud. They refuse completely 8 points. Very funny. And he's very proud with the support of American and European, many countries in the world. And he believes if the Russia attack Ukraine, American and many countries will jump in and join with them fight. I told them it will be never. Now you have seen. They are only sending the weapon, but the weapon not sure to come to Ukraine. That is a good lesson. And now I also would like to offer you a little secret. Like you have the happiness at your family, you have to protect it very nicely. Not allow the outside people to interfere your happiness, your business. So if you are my student, when you are rich, you should be the humble. When you have the gold, you should not wear all the gold in your body. People jealous and disturb you. When you have the happiness, you also try to protect your happiness very discreetly. When you get some power and enlightenment, don't tell people, and people will disturb you. This is the lesson I learned from my master. For example, when my work, like in Bodhgaya and Lumini, not many Vietnamese understand. What I buy the custom in Europe, nobody know well, very few. It's successful. So this means we should be humble, very discreet. And if I repeat again, if we follow the Buddha way, then many happiness come to us. Okay, thank you very much. Enjoy the weekend. And next week, if we are still alive, we meet again.